Hi, I am Laura Jane the Rawtarian from therawtarian.com, and today I was just making a chocolate cream pie in my kitchen, and I suddenly thought that you guys would all love to see some of my kitchen molds and pans. I know a lot of you are very familiar with looking at my raw food photography and recipes at therawtarian.com, but I thought you would love to see the actual devices, the kitchen tools that I use to make those food photographs look, or attempt to make them look, quite delightful. So what I have here is a chocolate cream pie, and I won't really go into the details of it. Really, the gist of what we're doing here is it's a nice creamy mixture, and we're gonna put it into some molds or pans, and we are going to freeze it, and then it's done. But really the gist of what I wanted to show you was some of the molds that I use. And I have, this is just like a strange selection of stuff, but I thought I would show you and talk a little bit about each thing. First of all, springform pans. When you're doing food photography, everything should be small. It's way easier to photograph little things. It's a lot, you don't have to use as much ingredients. Like one batch of this could do a whole bunch of stuff. If you have a huge springform pan like this big, it's not going to work well. So of course a springform pan just means that it can pop out like that, and that works really well because it gives a really nice edge and you don't have to cut it. So this is a traditional little mini, I think it's a 4-inch springform pan. This is awesome. I just got it lately, and it makes it look like you've cut a big slice of pie, but you didn't have to cut it. This is awesome, I love it. So those are springform pans. Then I'll talk about this type of pan. I actually recently bought this pan about a year ago, and I've never even used it because I love using silicone. I got so excited I started throwing them. But silicone or silicone, I don't know what it is, molds. I don't really use these like traditional muffin tin pans much anymore at all. So yeah, I bought that and I never even really used it. So, but what I use all the time are these kinds of silicone molds because they're so much easier. And another tip I like to do as well is, here's the sheet that it came in, and there's some, I'm getting distracted. Okay, with my lack of perfectionism, but nobody needs to be perfect, and that's why I'm sharing this with you. So a good tip is with the silicone mold, even like this, is you could cut them with scissors, and it makes it easier to just use like one of these things. So why don't we go ahead right now and just show you a little bit of how it's done. So of course we're going like this. This is easy. And I do have a big reveal at the end. So stay tuned because I'm going to show you more. So this is going to make, of course, like, you know, a nice pie in the pans. And you can go as thick or as skinny as you like. And actually sometimes making them skinny like this is really nice because it's almost like a tart or a flan. And then you can load a whole bunch of fruit on top, and it's still has a really nice, it looks like you're giving a really big piece, but it's not a huge piece. So that's easy with the springform pans. And then I love making little, and again, it's the same recipe, and frequently I will take one recipe like this and put it into a bunch of different little molds so that I have different things to photograph. So there's these guys, and again, what's so great about the silicone mold is that once it has frozen, you can easily just peel it right off. And I don't know if you're allowed, but I even just throw them in the dishwasher. It's easy. I do it. And so this is so cute. This is actually has a really unique shape, and I'll show you a final product in a minute, but these are great to make like granola bars or chocolate bars. They have a very nice bar shape. And I believe they're called Financier, Financier. That's the name of the type of mold. And all of these you can get on Amazon very inexpensively. So you put like that. What else do I have? I don't know. Oh, well, I won't pour it in, but see this mold? It's so cute. Okay, getting distracted. But what I want to do is, as you may remember, I recently had a kale cheesecake that I had made. This is just in my freezer. and I just thought it would be good to show it to you right now as well. And I had a delicious slice of it already. But so you can see this mold, this kind of chocolate bar shape came from these guys. And this circular one, it's probably my favorite, most, the mold I use the most, and it's that 4-inch cheesecake pan. And I have little tiny cake plates, and from far away it almost looks like a whole huge cake, but it's actually quite small. So that is where that came from. And then this base little guy was from this, and that is this, and these little kind of chocolate little bite-sized nuggets from this. So I think that that is sharing a lot of my little secrets of how I make my photos, and I know we all love to share tips. And also the last thing I'll say too is, you know, I'm the Rawtarian. I make simple, satisfying recipes at therawtarian.com, but you'll remember me if you've been with me for a long time, where I used to say food photography. I don't take food photography. I'm not a food photographer. I hate it. Here's my ugly picture of like my crap like this, and I didn't put any effort into styling it at all. And that is actually something that has not come. I'm not like a pretty designer kind of person, and it's been hard work, and I'm enjoying it more now. But I think that it's something that you don't have to put a lot of pressure on yourself to have nice things like this. And you'll know that I always include basic examples. Like if you're gonna make a banana cream pie and you don't have any of this, just use what you've got. You could pour this into like a big dish that just has sides, like an old brownie dish, and that'll work totally fine, and you just cut it out. So make use of what you have, and I'm happy to share my tips with you. And as always, I'm so thankful to have you here with me. Thank you for being here with me and for watching this video, and I hope it's helping you with your creations in your own kitchen. Thank you. I'm the Rawtarian from therawtarian.com. Visit me there.